everybody.
Hey!
Charlie here as I start the episode with a voice crack, and welcome to another episode of One Cuppa. Joined today by a very special guest.
Jake Nalton.
It is Jake Nalton, the one, the only. Today we are in Kyoto. We met up yesterday, and now we're just sort of wandering around Gion with our One Cuppa. Me of ginger ale because Jake forced me to drink alcohol yesterday, and I have a slight hangover, so.
Yeah, and I'm drinking an Asahi Sakura no Utage. I think it's just Sakura themed rather than Sakura flavored, but yeah, beer because I'm not a wimp. Just to add in that I was woken up this morning by the sound of Charlie vomiting in the toilet.
I was a bit worse for wear this morning for sure.
Right, we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, the way this works is basically we walk around with one cup of something, and when we're finished with that, we stop talking about random things. But today we actually have topics lined up ahead of time.
You don't usually prepare your topics?
Well, I mean, I do, but then I always forget.
Ah.
I always forget because I have the mind of a 90-year-old man. So, anyway, and as we walk, we show you different things.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like beautiful girls in beautiful clothing.
There's a lot of people here today, a lot of Chinese tourists. It's Monday lunchtime, and there's a lot of people.
Dude, it's such a cool alley we're walking down at the moment. It's the one thing.
Smells really good.
Yeah. It's one thing you don't see like in Fukui is very thin alleyways.
Oh, that's true.
That
yeah.
are like that very sort of typical Japanese look, right? Another thing you don't see is girls in kimonos.
There's a lot of those today.
Tons.
A lot of tourists come down, try them on, get their hair made, and then that's the way it goes. They just walk around. So
yes, today. First thing we should talk about is yesterday we had a really, I don't know, surprising is the right word anyway, but a good, interesting experience when we got to our.
Yeah, well, I was very surprised, and I don't know what word to use. Not motivated. That motivation was kind of a result of what happened, but basically we got to our ryokan, which is like a Japanese style hotel, where you have more of a tatami floor than like a regular floor with a bed, and then you sleep on the floor. But this ryokan caters to, I guess, tourists, and they have like a whole English. Well, the staff can speak English because I heard them speaking English to another person. The staff can speak English. They have everything in English. But what happened is that Charlie walked in, just spoke to them in Japanese, and she did everything in Japanese for us. She didn't even
show us the English version of the.
No.
Like the directions of what you can and can't do in your room and stuff like that. So
basically, she pulled out the English and the Japanese handbook and said, you don't even need the English one.
Yeah, which was great.
And she went step by step through the Japanese one, and we were completely fine. And the reason this was so, felt good for us is because usually English can be forced upon you, even if you can speak Japanese.
Yeah.
But this time, I think due to just Charlie's, not even so much your fluency when you speak, it's also the fact that when you speak it, it's also in a confident tone, and because there's a very big difference between speaking Japanese and conversing in Japanese.
Yes, let's catch up to Jake here as we get through. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to be said about, and this is something we said yesterday, is that people can tell if you can say like a phrase, right?
Yeah, my example yesterday was when I was at the train station in Tokyo, a long time ago when I first came to Japan, and one of the standard train catching phrases are like "Dono densha wo Akihabara de tomorimasu ka?" And it was kind of sluggish, slow, broken, and from a phrase book, and the staff kind of picked up on that and just replied in English.
Right.
Which, to be honest, is probably better because even if I speak the Japanese, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to understand the Japanese he's going to speak back to me.
Yeah, that's right. And and I think it's worth pointing out too that when that happens, when people respond to you in English, I know that a lot of people feel like it's kind of they're being rude to you doing that, but I feel I feel kind of the opposite.
We just walk down this road.
Yeah, let's meander.
There's a lot of people around.
Yeah.
And keep getting broken up because walk around people and then get ahead.
I don't know if you've seen these before, but I often break myself up, so we're allowed to, yeah. But what was I thinking? Oh yeah, they're not being rude to you. It's just, if anything, they're being polite, because if they sense you can't speak Japanese, right, it's gonna be a lot easier for you, a lot less embarrassing for you. You're gonna get where you need to go in the case if you're asking for directions.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Because like, if you speak Japanese, they reply in Japanese, you don't understand it, and you're like, then it just makes it very embarrassing for you.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's just a matter of
shisha shop.
Wow. Never
Zamzam falafel and grill.
Never seen a hookah bar in Japan before.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys don't know what a hookah bar is, it's where you go to smoke sticky tobacco.
Pomegranate flavored shisha.
Wow, banana, vanilla, coconut, mint, orange, etc. You can read. I don't know why I'm reading to you. But yeah. So it's just really to expedite the process. It's for your benefit. But yeah, it was very. Yeah, it was inspiring, especially here. I think where probably there are a lot of people, a lot of tourists anyway, who come here and can speak at least a little bit of Japanese. But I'm sure, like at a place like that, like Jake said, that attracts tourists, that they're constantly doing the code switch, right? Where maybe the conversation starts in Japanese, they get the idea that maybe they should switch over to English, and they do. So yeah, it was a good, inspiring experience. So
yeah, and in the case of the woman that showed us to our room, and she said she went on a study abroad because she asked us where we're from, and I'm from England, obviously, and you're from New York, and she said Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah.
And she said she did a study abroad there.
In Toronto.
In Toronto,
yeah,
which is
close,
nearby.
Yeah, really close by. So that was,
so she could obviously speak English very well, but obviously she gave us the chance, and we were able to completely understand it and reply and respond and all that. So that was really cool.
Yeah. So I guess to put a cap on that, basically, yeah, it's not about your fluency. I am by no means fluent, as Jake will tell you. I made an ass of myself at least once last night.
But that wasn't due to fluency though, it was just you being awkward.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah. But anyway, it's about confidence, right? And about what you project. And yeah, give it a go. And if they do speak to you in English, don't take it personally. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the last
death by a
waiting
biker.
for a bicycle.
Well, you know, it would hurt.
Let's go. So the last thing I just want to say about that is, obviously, if you're coming to Japan, you do not need Japanese.
Sorry, you can keep on talking.
But it's not going to hurt to be able to speak it. Obviously, it'll take a lot of effort, a lot of practice, and a lot of frustrations, but it helps a lot, and it makes things a lot more fun.
Yeah, it's the key. It's not the key necessarily to a happy existence here. I don't know that I believe that, actually. But yeah, it's crucial to having a rich, fulfilled life here, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. We've come across the ponds. We might as well take advantage as much as we can.
No, that's true. We did come across different ponds.
Yeah.
Did you go over any oceans? Did you fly over Asia?
Yeah, I flew right over Russia. So.
Yeah. Oh, and then like the sea. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Word. So yeah.
What was our next topic again? Monkeys.
Monkeys.
So.
Yes.
This was like not a life-changing experience, but I honestly can't forget it, and it's going to sound ridiculous when I tell this story. So basically, just outside of Kyoto, I guess it's still within Kyoto, but there's a place called Arashiyama, where there is a little mountain which you climb. I've made a video. Hopefully that video will be out kind of close to when this comes out. So
yes,
we climbed up the mountain. At the top, there's a lot of monkeys that you can get close to. Take pictures of, obviously, and within that there's a little feeding area where Charlie graciously paid 100 yen for an apple, despite the fact you can't even buy an apple in the supermarket for 100 yen. And you feed it chunk by chunk to the monkeys.
Which way? Which way?
This is a very busy area.
Yeah, that's okay.
Feed it bit by bit to the monkeys. You might have to cut that bit out to prevent a copyright infringement upon your channel.
Bastards.
So yeah, feed the monkeys. You feed them through a little wire thing, just so the monkeys can't grab you or anything. Obviously, you don't want your fingers bitten off.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did is this one monkey just kept taking and taking and taking. And the last one I thought I would be cheeky, offered up a piece of apple to the monkey, and then withdrew it. But what the monkey did after that was like amazing. The way the monkey's face responded.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you can shout around the cat and it'll run away.
Ooh, let's go over there actually. Sorry.
Right, in the Ginza?
Yeah.
A cat will run away if you shout, or like you kick at a dog, although you should never kick at a dog, it'll run away in fear. So, I mean, the emotion's there. However, this monkey expressed emotion so deeply on his face.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to take a video, but the lighting was so bad. But the way, when I withdrew the apple from the monkey's face just went from like a face to like his eyes opened, his mouth opened, his ears went up, and it was like, and I did it over and over again, and every time his face would stay the same until he kind of got the idea and ran away. But I've just never seen an animal express facial emotion before.
Yeah, it was like this moment of like human emotion playing out on its face, right?
Yeah. Like it was kind of shocked. It was like a face of shock and surprise, and that's something I've never ever seen before. And I've watched a lot of TV shows about animals, and there's a very famous England show called Monkey World where they have a big monkey park, but I've never seen a monkey express facial emotion before. Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. So much so that like throughout the day and even this morning when we woke up, like the first word out of your mouth this morning was like that monkey.
I still can't believe it to this day. Like to this day, it was yesterday.
Right.
I still can't believe it.
Right.
I don't know. I feel so moved. Kando shimashita. Which is the way to say you've been moved in a good way by something. But yeah, it was so awesome. I don't know why. I'll just never forget that.
I was impressed. However, I didn't think about the monkey when I woke up this morning. Mostly because I was worrying about what was happening to my internal organs.
What was it? Some bad smells came out, Charlie. Let's just put it that way.
Sure, everybody's very happy to hear.
So after the monkey park, we might as well talk about what we did last night.
Sure,
not in too much detail because that might make us have to close down our channels.
Indeed.
But basically, naturally we're on vacation, drinking throughout the day. Had my first beer at 10 a.m. yesterday morning.
Keep talking, I'm just getting a back shot.
And first drink at 10 a.m. yesterday morning, drinking throughout the day, had a chew high in the hotel. And then we went to an all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink yakiniku place. Yakiniku is like grilling your own meats, for those who don't know. And drank a lot. I don't know, when I got to the Kalpis sours, I think I got through 3 in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, you were downing those things incredibly fast.
Oh, there's a pizza tabe hodai here. Shiki's Pizza.
Yes.
Yeah, and tabe hodai, for those who don't know, is all-you-can-eat, nomi hodai, all-you-can-drink. So we drank a lot.
We did.
And then, I just remembered when we were walking back from the yakiniku place, we went and bought drinks in the konbini.
This is true.
So we were just drinking.
Oh, and then we wound up at the pachinko place.
Yeah.
Went and played pachinko for the first time.
Yeah, so pachinko is a Japanese gambling game. Gambling actually is illegal in Japan. However, they get around this by you pay for little metal balls which you use in the game. We used an 1 yen machine, so 1 yen for a ball. But what I did, I don't know why I assumed this, but I thought, oh, maybe I can just get 50 yen worth of balls. But what it actually is the minimum. The minimum is 1,000 yen.
Right, I guess they have to make money, right?
So we get 1,000 balls.
Yeah.
And basically, we had no idea Oh, we're turning left here?
No, I was just gonna say we were getting out of the way of those people, but they did the work for us.
Basically had no idea how to play this game whatsoever.
And
Like, zero idea.
and the staff is telling us, right? So on the machine, there's like a knob that you have to turn. It's basically like a throttle for how fast the machine will spit the balls through what is basically like a pinball. Kind of like pinball.
It was a bit like pinball, actually, yeah.
And so you have to get it in a hole, from what I gather. And if you get it in the hole, then you get more balls, and then, you know, obviously the more balls you get, that's how you make your money back. You want to get over 1,000 balls in our case, which...
Well, it was weird because once you get the ball into a hole,
yeah,
it plays a game on the screen.
Yeah, and that was so confusing.
Because numbers kept coming up.
Yeah.
I had no idea what the numbers meant, or it kept asking me to press a button and no idea what the button did.
And I had like, let's cross over here. We had like sensory explosion because A, 3 sheets to the wind at that point. Well, at least close. But also, when that happens, when the game comes up, like these lights come on, things like inside it start moving around. It's really freaking loud. So like, but yeah. So the shopkeep has like his hand on the throttle, like trying to show us like, you know, to keep our hands.
Right or left?
Let's go left. Why not? I like the letter L. Yeah, the shopkeep kept his hand on our hand, like, keep this here, like, trying to show us and give us a chance to win, but it was just, not fatal.
But then sometimes they kept saying, like, handle o modotte kudasai.
Yeah, right.
Return the handle, and
Right.
then I did, and then he kept saying it, so I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I think, like, because, well, I don't know, I don't know, I'm not going to give you advice on pachinko, I have no fucking idea.
But yeah, sensory explosion in that. The bright lights, it's loud. It's just like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
And the smells, well...
Yeah, the smoke.
Well, we had 2 bad smells. One was the smoke of just numerous cigarettes.
Yeah.
And then 2, Charlie couldn't control himself after an all-you-can-eat yakiniku. And was producing, and I'm sorry to say this, and out you out, Charlie, but producing some of the worst bodily smells I've ever smelt on a human. And he just couldn't stop.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. I
asked him, like, I said like 3 times, can you smell eggs?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not proud of that
And
part of the evening for certain.
once we left the pachinko, we went to a British pub called The Hub,
Yeah.
which they have in numerous places in Japan. Just had a few drinks there to calm down. Had a few drinks to calm down.
Yeah.
And then we decided we wanted to go to karaoke. On the way, we scared the shit out of some girls who were taking selfies, and then we decided to jump behind them, and they screamed.
Yeah, they
and then
screamed
laughed.
like, yeah.
And then we took a proper selfie with them.
Yeah. And when they screamed, I subsequently screamed because they scared me so badly by screaming. It was
Charlie got more scared than they did.
yeah, it was it was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. Yeah, and then from there, of course, the final nail in the coffin began to be hammered in when we made our way to karaoke. Yeah, for free time, which I think, I don't know, we were there till what, 1:30?
Yeah, free time was actually, when it gets late in the night, free time is actually cheaper than 2 hours.
Yeah, and it was Nomi Hodai there as well, so we were drinking and eating more. And then Jake, if you guys follow Jake's Periscope or his Twitter or follow anything, I guess, yeah, he periscoped that experience.
Which way?
For us. Let's go straight. Of Jake sang Let It Go in both English and Japanese from Frozen. We sang a duet of A Whole New World from Aladdin. It was beautiful.
And if it's still up by the time this video is,
Yeah.
re-watch that, because that's just Periscope gold.
It's amazing. It's really quite something.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and thank you to everybody who came and watched that. That was my first ever Periscope, and I think it went down really, really well.
Yeah, it was you had a very good luck. What the hell is that thing? We should go take a look at that. Also, weird jackets that I would never put on my body. Ooh, that's kind of a cool Evangelion shirt.
I just thought Evangelion, and now
Yeah.
I just keep thinking,
No! I just got it out of my brain. How's this thing? Designed
a nice quaint little
Wai Tatsubo. Looks like maybe an ogre, an oni.
Looks like a pig.
あ、そうね。
A pig only.
Yeah, so it was a... And then, I mean, the other details I guess aren't really worth telling so much, but pretty much it was us finding our way back to the ryokan.
Yeah.
And buying more things to eat and drink.
One thing that we just couldn't stop doing was running. After the karaoke, we decided we wanted to go back to the hub. Unfortunately, the hub was closed.
Yes.
They have Kyoto Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi in Kyoto. So yeah, we decided we wanted to go back to the hub. So we just started jogging to where this woman said the other izakaya was. Charlie decided to break off down this street and just start running. So I ran a different way. I won the race, but that's not an important detail. And we just kept running up and down the streets. Yeah. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so we must have
Wi-Fi in Kyoto.
And sounded like dickheads. But
yeah, I can only imagine.
It was really funny.
Yes, and I guess what really sums up the evening for me was something that Jake said this morning. Not about the monkey. Shortly thereafter, he said, "There's half a hot dog next to my pillow." There's just a hot dog there, and that I think pretty much sums up the night. Was that we were that far gone that, yeah.
My favorite part was you kept asking, "Oh, let's go buy ice cream. Let's go buy ice cream," and then on the way home, you're like, "Why the fuck did I buy ice cream?" That was really funny.
It was so delicious, yeah. But yeah, there's so much fun to be had here. I guess is maybe the point of that long-winded recap of our really fun night. So, yeah. Please,
past the game center.
Yeah. Please, if you.
I know what you're looking at. Jesus Christ.
If you.
Probably it's what Charlie was just looking at is about to come into shot. Maybe already on shot. I bent to my animal instincts. I don't know how widescreen it is, but there's a theater here.
Huh. But yeah. So if you come here, I'm not saying necessarily you should repeat that night like that. It's probably a good way to die.
I want to repeat it.
Yeah. We should at some point. But maybe the better idea is to split those things up. The all you can eat, the all you can drink, the karaoke, or do it all together. Whatever. So, yeah. Last thing I want to talk about. Super interesting experience today. When we got on the bus to come to Gion, I didn't see this, but apparently some fellow looked up at me like he knew me, according to Jake. That's what Jake saw. And yeah, and turns out he then very politely asked me who he asked me if I had a YouTube channel. And of course, as you might imagine, I was pretty surprised.
Yeah.
Surprised that he knew my channel, which was really, really cool. And anyway, we got to talking to the guy.
Oh, we might get shakies.
Which way should we go?
Should we go that way and turn right?
Yeah.
There's a crab restaurant.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, is that Hokaite?
We should show these. Or show it.
That's uncanny.
Indeed.
Get it? Because canny is the Japanese word for crab.
I got you.
I don't know where uncanny actually fit with anything I was about to say.
Indeed. But yeah, so this guy we got to talking, he's a Canadian teacher living in Osaka. And yeah, we're probably gonna meet up with him later. Might meet up with him, I'm not sure really, but.
Oh shit! He said he was gonna message you.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's all I would really say about that. It's just I wouldn't expect to be recognized ever. I was recognized once in Osaka, but
the only times I've been recognized is at YouTube events.
Yeah, so.
And if I go to a YouTube event and I don't get recognized, then I've probably done it wrong.
Sure. Yeah, this is true. But yeah, basically the moral of that story is I'm famous, so.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
No. What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to relate it back to the drinking thing, but...
Oh, well, there's that also. But yeah, I want to show you guys this.
It's a big crab.
Yeah. These are pretty common. I went to one of these in Toyota City before in Aichi Prefecture.
Oh god, crap. Oh, they have kani karage.
Oh, we've come this way. We were going to take a right back there, weren't we? Yes. But anyway, guys, I don't know how you're doing, but I'm almost
finished.
Just about at the end there, so let's take our last sip here out of our cuppa. Thank you guys always for watching. If you don't know Jake, please go check out his channel. It's just Jake Nalton, like you said, very simple.
Yep.
Be down in the description below. Thanks always, guys, for watching. Here we go.
Cheers.
All right, we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.